This is the Hyundai Grand i10 Nios facelift, and we are asking a very important question. Can it take on the likes of the segment favorite, the Maruti Suzuki Swift? Find out in our first drive video. And while you're at it, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the Evo India channel and smash that bell icon to stay tuned to all our video drops. The Grand i10 Nios was first launched in 2019, and for 2023 you get a facelift to keep things fresh. For example, the front fascia is entirely redesigned. The projector LED headlamps, they are the same shape as before, but the LED DRLs are now repositioned in the bumpers, and the bumpers have been reprofiled as well. There is a new front grille finished in black, a new design for the LED DRLs as you can see there, and another change in terms of the design is a new design for the 15-inch alloy wheels. 15-inch alloy wheels continue to be offered in the top spec variants. In terms of other changes, the silhouette is actually pretty identical to the car it replaces, but the major design change is at the rear in the form of this connected end-to-end LED tail lamp. This is a big change from the car it replaces, and other than that, there are no changes to the Grand i10 Nios. In addition to all these styling changes, you also get a new color option called Spark Green, which will be offered alongside the existing colors. Now, before we talk about what's the Grand i10 Nios facelift like to drive, let's talk about what has changed on the interiors. It is largely identical to the car it replaces, but with a few subtle updates. For instance, the design of the seats, that is new, and the seat fabric is new as well. You get 3 upholstery options for the interior with the Grand i10 Nios facelift, and another addition to the features list is the presence of cruise control. Other than that, it is the same as before, but the Nios was always pretty loaded. You get an 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, you get automatic climate control, you get a wireless phone charger, and the youthful elements of the styling of the Grand i10 Nios' cabin, such as the aircraft inspired vents and the accents around the cabin, those are all retained for 2023. Of course, the materials, some places you do get hard plastics, but in this segment that is perfectly alright considering the price of the Grand i10 Nios. There is no change to the dimensions of the i10 Nios, so the legroom and the headroom have remained unchanged. The shoulder room is also unchanged, so if there are 2 people sitting in the back seat, things will be fine, but 3 abreast will be a tight squeeze. Powering the Grand i10 Nios is a 1.2-liter naturally aspirated petrol engine that makes 82 bhp and 114 Nm of torque. This engine, it can be made into a 5-speed manual, that is what we have on test here, and you can also have it with a 5-speed AMT. Like we have said in the past, there's a good turn of performance from this engine, and it is very refined to drive around the city as well. The healthy amount of torque also means that you can stick it in 3rd gear and just cruise around the city without a problem. When it comes to the handling, the Nios is still a fun little car to drive. It might not have the enthusiasm of, say, the Swift, but the Nios is a better all-round package. While the Swift might feel a bit too stiff for our roads, the Grand i10 Nios is wonderfully supple, and that is without compromising on the dynamics, mind you. It does not feel flighty at speeds, it is confident, it is planted, there's no funny business when you chuck it into a corner hard. The Nios, it is easy to drive in the city, confident enough on the highways, and it also has a great deal of enthusiasm baked in. Prices for the Grand i10 Nios facelift start from Rs 5.68 lakhs for the base manual variant, and that means it undercuts the Maruti Suzuki Swift by Rs 30,000. and that gap widens to 40,000 rupees when you get to the top spec AMT variants. Now, the styling of the Grand i10 Nios is a personal subject, so it is bound to polarize opinion. I may like it, you might not like it, but there's no denying the fact that the Grand i10 Nios, it is a feature-rich hatchback that is comfortable as well. It is almost as enthusiastic to drive as the Swift. So if you really love driving, you might want to get the Swift. But if you are a value-centric buyer who wants a car that delivers on the jack of all trades, a city runabout, you cannot go wrong by picking the Grand i10 Nios.